Hello, BookTube. The babies were feeling good this morning, so I went out and about. I did some errands, and of course, my out and about always involves book shopping. Uh, I have many outlets here in Boston, fewer than I've ever had in the past, but still more than I think most of you do, for finding great, cheap, used books in endless supply and in endless variety. And I found 20 today. I was very happy, as I usually am, that on the track back here, I had a muscular teenager to do the toting, lifting, and bailing. I would not have wanted to carry 20 books myself. And of those 20 books, a full 15 I can't show you in this little weird little book haul because they're for you. And that would ruin the surprise. 15 out of 20. What a joyful thing. But I have some that I can show you. One was originally bought for a young friend of mine who suggested that if I see it, I should get it. And so I did, and I texted her, and she already has it. So I already have a copy. It's this. It's An Ember in the Ashes by Saba Tahir. And I got a copy, and I reviewed it, and wasn't particularly pleased with it. I thought I would just put it in the mail right away, but this is one of the this is one of the 20 that my recipient already has it. So what I'm going to do is read it again and see if something appeals to me that I missed the first time. The next one is this: A Demon Haunted World by Carl Sagan. I have a ratty trade paperback that is underlined in every word, and the spine is breaking, and the pages are all dog-eared. So I was very happy to find a hardcover of this for 20 cents. This is one of his later books, and also, the more I think about it, one of his better books, calm and devastating, of intellectual hucksterism. This also has the famous chapter called "The Dragon in the Basement," or in the garage, where he conducts a thought experiment, a famous one. It's getting more famous with time. I predict it will be the most immortal thing about this book, where you meet someone who claims that he has a dragon in his garage. And you say, oh, okay, that's kind of weird. Never seen a dragon before. Let's go look at it. And he says, well, you can't see it. You say, oh, you can't see it, huh? Well, why is that? And your friend says, well, it's in the infrared spectrum. You say, all right, let's set up an infrared sensor. His infrared doesn't show up on infrared sensor. Well, okay, let's lay some powder on the floor and at least get his tracks. No, he doesn't leave tracks. Okay, what about a heat sensor? No, he doesn't give off any heat. Well, all right, what about an oxygen meter? No, his oxygen use is undetectable. It's all from an alternate dimension. As Sagan's hypothetical makes clear, after a very little while of that kind of thing, you would simply assume that your friend was delusional. uh, I I can't recommend this book strongly enough. I would ordinarily, if I got a double, I would ordinarily say, I'd be happy to mail out my paperback, but it's in no shape to send to anybody. So if one of you wants it and can't find it on your own, I'll just have to find another copy. And the next one is the second volume of Shelby Foote's Civil War trilogy. This one is the one that contains Vicksburg and just lots and lots of action, lots and lots of great personality. This is one of those books where I had the original set of these paperbacks and got rid of it for reasons unknown. And then there was about 8 years ago, there was a reissue. Who is this? Vintage did a beautiful hardcover reissue with new cover art in a slipcase, and I got that from Vintage, and I reviewed it ecstatically. And I have no idea where it is. Why on earth would I give up such a thing? I don't know. I just don't know. So rather than make a big to-do out of it, I just decided that instead of going out and correcting it, I would just wait for each individual volume to come to me extra cheap. And I have volume 3, and I found volume 2 today. So volume 1's the only one left, and it'll show up. It'll show up. And then the next one, look at this thing. Oh. Dance with Dragons by George R. R. Martin. This is the one George R. R. Martin that I didn't have in the Song of Fire and Ice. And I feel certain that I'm going to want to reread them. I went to a Goodwill here in Boston about 2 years ago and found in perfect condition hardcover, just like this, of this book. and they were having a book sale. It was $1, and it was much closer to being new at the time. So I thought, hey, great, fantastic. So I got it. No idea where it went. But now I have it again. So, and the last thing is something we've seen on this channel before, the Janissary Tree. This is the murder mystery starring a eunuch, and the whole series is great. The first one I think is probably the best of them all, and I have a flimsy paperback, so finding it in a nice hardcover for free was was very nice. And that is the tiny fraction of this weird little book haul that I can actually show you. All the others are for you. And you'll see them, yes, but you'll see them when you open a mail, when you open an envelope in the mail and get the volumes that are picked out for you. But anyway, that's just a bookie interlude to tide us over until next time. Thank you, BookTube.